Hey there, lovely. If you're a driven and highly ambitious woman who has checked all the boxes, followed all the rules, only to realize you don't actually feel fulfilled or you don't feel like you're living your purpose, then you are absolutely in the right place. My name is Melissa Chavis. I'm an intuitive mindset coach, and I am absolutely obsessed with helping you discover your true purpose, that thing you were put here on this earth to do, so that you can live the most fulfilling and abundant life possible. Hey there, love. Welcome back to another episode of the Authentic Awakening podcast. Today, I want to dive into the topic of the beginner's mind. So, this is a Zen Buddhist concept that essentially means approaching everything in life with the mind of a beginner. So, a childlike mind where you don't have any preconceived notions about the outcome of the situation, or you're not using any past experiences to direct your actions in any given situation. It's really just about seeing the world without that filter of our past experiences and judgments and any preconceptions that we might have. The beginner's mind really helps us to see that there's always more to learn, that we don't have all the answers in any given situation, and that we can't predict the future based on our past, essentially, no matter how much we might think that we're able to. Ultimately, it's about approaching every situation and seeing it as an opportunity to learn and to have a new experience in your life. So, why is this concept so important when you're trying to create change in your life? So, first of all, when we approach a situation without the lens of our past experiences or preconceived notions, we are more open to the possibilities of it. We're more open to seeing different approaches and learning new ways to approach a situation. And this level of flexibility is really important if you want to create change in your life. If you want to make your life look different than what it does now, you'll have to do different things. You'll have to be open to new possibilities and new opportunities. Second, when you're able to let go of the preconceived notions, then you can think outside the box and approach a problem or a challenge that comes up from a fresh angle. You can kind of think of different ways to approach a problem than what you have in the past. When you're able to have this beginner's mind, you're able to see that there might be other ways to approach a challenge or situation that comes up along your journey. And finally, approaching things with a beginner's mind builds resilience. And if there's anything that you absolutely need on a journey to creating massive changes in your life, it is resilience. Because you need to be able to embrace the unknown and go for it without the fear that you might make the same mistakes that you did in the past, or that you might fail like you have in the past. It's all about learning to approach a situation with an open mind, and that level of resilience of coming back after failure, of coming back after making a mistake, and approaching the situation again with this open mind and without all of the past mistakes clouding your judgment this time around, and being able to kind of get back up and do it over and over again. Because when you are creating change, there are going to be challenges that come up along the way, and you need to basically have this resilience to keep facing them time and time again, regardless of what the outcome was the last time. You need to be able to get to a place where you're no longer trying to keep yourself safe, trying to hold yourself back to this comfort zone because of past experiences and past failures and mistakes along the way. So Now that you understand why this concept is so important and what it is essentially, how do you implement this? How do you create this mindset for yourself so that you can approach new situations and new challenges in your life from this new lens of the beginner's mind? I believe the very first step is to become aware of your current thoughts and beliefs about the world around you. If you don't have this awareness, you're not able to see when it's creeping in and clouding your judgment about a new situation that has come up for you. Your mind truly is just constantly filled with judgments, assumptions, and biases that are shaping your perception of reality. The thing is, most people don't even see it. They don't even see their beliefs and their thoughts. It's totally subconscious. They're not even aware of it. It's just what we call reality or the way the world works. And I'm sure you've probably said it before. You've probably heard people say it like, that's just the way it works. That's just reality. That's just my life. And that's who I am. Right. But what they're doing is they are speaking their subconscious beliefs into reality, and they're not even aware that all they're doing is just speaking their belief systems, speaking these subconscious thoughts that are happening in their brain. So it is very likely that you are totally blind to all of these subconscious beliefs and thoughts that are happening, running through your brain day in and day out. So the first step is creating awareness around them, because you need to be aware that these things are coming up for you, that these assumptions and beliefs about the world around you are creeping in and clouding your judgment about whatever the current situation is in your life. And so when you're able to really take a step back and see these beliefs and thoughts for what they are, which is just essentially recurring thoughts that are happening over and over again in your subconscious mind based on your experiences from the past, then you're able to create this level of awareness that allows you to push them aside and approach a situation with a beginner's mind. Approach the situation without those beliefs and thoughts clouding your judgment about what may happen in the future. If you're not aware that this is even happening, if you're just kind of running on autopilot, your brain's just constantly going, spitting out these thoughts and beliefs day in and day out, then you're not going to be able to really even adopt a beginner's mind, because you're not going to realize what's actually happening in the moment. You're not going to be able to set those beliefs aside, because in your mind, that's just reality. And so you're just seeing it through that lens of like, this is just my reality. When actually you get to choose your reality. You get to choose to approach the situation without that judgment from the past, without those preconceived notions from the past that have been creeping up in your mind over and over again, kind of keeping you from actually taking this path, from actually making the changes in your life that you want to make. Okay, so we understand the concept of the beginner's mind and its importance in creating change in your life. And we know that first step really to creating this mindset is becoming aware of your thoughts and current beliefs. So how do we do that? Number one is through mindful observation. And most of the time, this looks like starting to journal, starting to sit down for a few minutes each day and really dive into the thoughts that came up for you in any given situation throughout the day. Just kind of walking through your day, writing it all out of all the things that happened throughout the day, and then starting to sort of see where your beliefs came into play. If a situation came up for you and here's how you approached it, here is what you did, the actions that you took in the situation, Well, why did you take those actions? Was it because of the situation itself, or was it because of what you believed about that situation, of what you were feeling about that situation in the moment that actually made you take those actions? So truly, this can be very simple first step that is really accessible for anyone. You just sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and just start writing about your day, writing your thoughts, whatever's coming into your brain as you think back to your day. And just looking at it out in front of you creates this different level of awareness, because when it's all just swirling in your brain, it's much cloudier. It's just not as easy to really see what's happening there. And the whole point of this is that we're starting to become the observer of our thoughts and our beliefs. And in order to observe it, it's very, very helpful to get it out in front of you on a piece of paper. Get it out of your brain where it's just been swirling every day. And then step two really is questioning those thoughts or beliefs that you're now seeing, that you're now uncovering as you go through this journaling process. So ask yourself if the belief or the thought that you had in that situation was really serving you. Is it really helpful for you to think or feel a certain way about these different situations that are coming up in your life? Is it helping you move forward? Is it helping you be more productive? Or are these thoughts just really holding you back? Are they keeping you in the same place? And once you start to do the questioning and you start to think about it from that lens of neutrality, basically, you're not passing any judgment. You're just saying, like, are these things helping me out? Then you're able to get a new perspective on it. You're able to kind of think from this observer lens and actually see if these things are really helping you in your day-to-day life. It's this process of analyzing what's going on in your brain subconsciously so that you can eventually make changes to that and make more informed decisions about it. And number three, I think above all is just this level of curiosity and openness. So start allowing yourself to have new experiences and to step outside the box a little bit in your day-to-day life. Like, really just take a different route to work or try a new restaurant, something that is outside of your norm, outside of your typical day-to-day. Just try it out. Have a new experience. Be curious. Be open to it. The only way that you're going to actually start creating new beliefs and thoughts for yourself is to start having new experiences, to start seeing what happens when you're not allowing your current beliefs or thoughts about something to hold you back, to keep you in the same place. When you become more open and curious, just in life in general, you're able to approach life with more creativity and resilience and start doing different things. And ultimately, if you want to create change, you have to start doing different things. You need to have different thoughts and feelings about the world around you if you want to create change in your life. So ultimately, to kind of wrap this all up, having this beginner's mind is incredibly powerful for you when you want to create change in your life. It is a very powerful approach to life in general and to taking more risks and doing things differently than what you have in the past. Because in order to take more chances, take more risks, do something different, you cannot have the lens of past experiences clouding your judgment, clouding that decision making, because you need to understand that even if you're trying to do something similar to what you've tried to do in the past, it doesn't matter what your past results were. Today is a new day. Today is a new beginning, and you are able to create different results. It doesn't matter if you failed or made a mistake in the past. You can do something new and not make those same mistakes. You don't have to. You don't have to keep repeating the past patterns. And so when you understand that, and you understand that you have no way of knowing the future, you have no way of knowing the outcome of this situation truly. So holding on to any past fears or beliefs around the situation is not going to help you in any way to move through the new situation. And you can understand what's really happening in your subconscious and what's really holding you back, then you're able to start taking actions and moving in a different direction and actually doing different things in your life with the knowledge and understanding that your outcomes are going to be completely different than what they ever were. And so that past version of you, it doesn't even matter. It's not relevant for the current situation. And so ultimately, part of creating change in your life and moving in a different direction is the ability to create this resilience and this flexibility that comes with adopting the beginner's mind. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you found this episode helpful, I would love if you share it with someone you know who could also benefit from this information. With all my love, my friend. Until next time, that's it for another episode of the Authentic Awakening podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you found it helpful, I'd love to hear from you. You can do that by liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel or rating and reviewing the podcast wherever you're listening.